Yo, what's up everyone? Kevin here. In this video, I just want to share with you guys a few tips so that you can fix the 3 most common problems I see in snowboard turns. It's very common to make some of these mistakes. When I was first starting out snowboarding, I made all 3 of these, but I've got a few tips that will help you sort out these problems and get you turning just a lot more smoother and in control. So the first mistake, and this is one I did so much when I first started out, was just braking at the waist and having my upper body and shoulders like leaning down towards the snow. So this is really common to do because when you're a new snowboarder, it's kind of scary to be up so tall. And it's nice to kind of have your hands down low just in case there's a fall coming. But by turning like this, it kind of limits your progress, and it also will potentially set you up to take more falls. A good thing to think about is, so instead of braking at the waist like this, try to feel like your knees are bent, your hips are also bent, but your back and your chest is straight up. By riding with your chest straight and back up, it's going to keep your weight more centered over top of your snowboard, and it's going to give you much better balance over your board. Opposed to this, with your waist bent, you actually have a lot of your weight out over your toe edge. And with this weight over your toes, it can cause you to slide out on your toes. Think about standing up tall. This is going to give you the best balance, and it will set you up so that you can progress far with your snowboarding. So the next common problem to fix is getting twisted at your waist and having your backhand come around. This is super common. I did this for years, and it's because the easiest way to get a quick turn is to just twist at your waist. So it's a very effective way to turn, but the problem it creates is that every time you twist, you're becoming very unstable and not very balanced over your snowboard. The other problem it creates too is that from this twisting motion, there's nowhere to progress with your riding. You're not gonna continue on to riding blues and blacks and challenging terrain with this twist. This has a very easy fix. So when I'm twisting, my backhand's coming around. The easy way to fix it is to think about slowing yourself down on your heels, riding across slightly, and then when your board starts to go straight, actually pull your backhand back and look over your shoulder. So I'm just going to continue to do it and try to get into a rhythm where I'm pulling my backhand back on my toes, looking over my shoulder, and I already just feel so much better. I feel like I'm in more control, I have better stability. And by doing it this way, you're going to be able to progress from greens to blues and onto much harder terrain. I feel like sometimes you can get away with certain things on very easy terrain. So right here, it's very easy to get away with doing the twist. But as the terrain gets more challenging, that's when you can get into trouble. So trying to get out of that habit and into a good one where you're in much better control and have better balance will set you up to progress further and further. So now that we've corrected the twist and we're standing a bit more on top of our board with our back straight, the last thing to fix is doing really short toe turns. And this is pretty natural because on your heels, you're facing down, you can see everything. Whereas when you're on your toes, it's a little bit more awkward because you have to look over your shoulder and the toe edge isn't always the most comfortable. But a problem that can come up if you're doing really short toe turns is that if your toe turn is short, then you have to control all your speed on your heels. And controlling all your speed on your heels creates the problem of your heels getting chattery, and it just takes all the flow out of your riding. So a really easy way to fix this is to count to 3 in your head so that you're spending the same amount of time on your heels as you do on your toes. So on my heels, 1, 2, 3, and then toes, 1, 2, 3, heels, 1, 2, 3, and then toes, 1, 2, 3. And by creating this rhythm, you're going to control the same amount of speed on your toes as you do your heels. It's going to take a lot of the strain off of your legs because the muscles you're using will be very level, and it's going to set you up to progress onto more and more difficult turns. So I hope this one helped make that toe turn longer and count to 3 in your head to make them the same size. If you guys have any questions about your first turns, let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Be safe out there learning to snowboard, and I'll see you in the next video soon.